and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Pipe down. Shush, be quiet. How dare you? Quit talking. Why am I saying this? What is going on? What is ongoing? Well, apparently, pipe down, be quiet. Biden allies step up calls for Dems to rally around the president. So all you people criticizing Joe Biden, just pipe down. Quit with all the racket. Shut up. Don't raise your voice. Allies of President Biden are stepping up calls for Democrats. That means bullying people to voting Democrat to rally around the president following negative commentary and splits from inside the party over whether he should forego re-election. Okay. Former President Obama's advisor, David Axelrod, has been the most notable Democrat to cause a ruckus when he suggested earlier this month that Biden step aside and further advise that the president has a 50-50 shot of winning in 2024. But some Democrats say comments like Axelrod's aren't helping, especially as Biden continues to face poor polling numbers, encouraging the party to instead coalesce around the president to give him a boost. There is nothing that's going to help Biden out. He's 81 years old. He doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't present or project confidence. So, of course, Democrats, Democratic insiders, and yes, even liberal Democrat voters are a little worried and scared and triggered that, oh my goodness, Joe Biden can actually lose to Donald Trump. We actually covered on the show how Joe Biden won't be doing any debates. That's right. No debates at all, period. We got to pipe down the moaning and groaning. Oh, that didn't sound right. And all the whining. There's too much of that, said former Representative Joe Crowley, a former Democratic caucus chair. I think that leaches into the psyche of the voters as well. That's got to stop. And I think at that point, you'll start to see Biden's numbers improve, certainly amongst Democrats. But I think voter-wide, they'll start to improve. Steve Elderoff, deputy campaign manager for John Kerry's 2004 presidential run, so we already know we got a winner here, said that there are clear challenges with Biden's re-election campaign, but Democrats complaining doesn't help. See, I love this. I love reading articles like this because I predicted that this was going to happen. Hell, all of you said the same thing. Jimmy Dore said the same thing. My colleague Daniel, a Revolutionary Blackout Network, Do Dissident, every single one of us should be happy to read this kind of news. Because we said that this was going to happen, that Biden and the Democrats are going to be lackluster, that Biden and the Democrats weren't going to follow through with any of their campaign promises. And now, once we get to 2024, they're shocked and surprised that, oh no, black voters don't want to support Biden. Oh no, Arab voters don't want to support Biden. Oh no, young people don't want to support Biden. Oh no, women don't want to support Biden. Oh no, in general, people don't want to support Biden. They're sort of telling you to stop complaining, pipe down, be quiet, stop with some moaning and the groaning. Well, too bad, so sad. I'm not like, oh, everything they do is great over there. Don't worry, the building isn't on fire. Obviously, they need to constantly refine the message. Yes, refine an old man stuttering and stammering and figure out what works. And there are challenges with various groups of voters, and they need to figure out those. But I don't think it's helpful as a party for people to sort of run around publicly and complain. So what he's telling you, this former deputy campaign manager for John Kerry in 2004, what he's telling you is stop complaining and follow orders. Hey, Steve, how'd that Kerry 2004 campaign go? Oh, that's right. It was lackluster and mediocre. The calls for Democrats to cut down the negativity comes as Biden has been hit with a slew of bad polls in recent months. Former President Trump's lead over Biden is also growing in a hypothetical 2024 matchup, with Trump receiving 48% support compared to Biden's 41%, according to Harvard Cap's Harris poll survey. That followed the New York Times Siena College poll earlier this month that found Trump leading Biden in critical battleground states, but some say Biden has plenty of time to make up for his shortfalls. At this point, this is elder abuse. Reading this article, these are people trying to defend an old man who doesn't know where he's at. Are you not upset by this? Because seeing this old president being dragged around and being presented as the guy that's going to put America back on its 2 feet again. No, we have unchecked inflation. All the problems that were in the Trump administration followed us into the Biden-Harris administration. And we have further political and economic instability. And the one issue that's going to dominate everything, not identity politics, nothing worldwide, it's going to be the economy, because Americans are working 2, 3 jobs, dare I say it, 4 jobs just to make ends meet, and more so. Continued on, you have to be concerned, but you also have to take it with the understanding that a year of politics, especially in an election, is a lifetime, said former Senate Majority Leader Tom Daschle. Things just change dramatically over that time. We don't know what the next 12 months will entail. Is it concerning? Of course, but there's plenty of time for circumstances to change. Oh, hey, we're heading towards towards a bridge that's under construction, that's not connecting to the other side. Let's step on the gas, and maybe if we drive the car real fast, we can hop over the bridge like the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah, that doesn't work. And all the recent data, all the recent polling data is showing Democrats that Biden is losing to Trump. You know, I played this for a previous segment, but we have to show this to the people. It's a funny video. It's a hilarious video to me. I think the Democrats are living in their own fantasy world. They are refusing to acknowledge facts. And because they refuse to acknowledge facts, they're eventually going to walk into failure, which is something I just can't wait to watch. So I want to play this video here. I played this on yesterday's show, but let's play it again for all you beautiful people.
I want to ask about...
And it has to deal with polling data.
Polling. In February, the president conducted an interview with...
And to be clear, this video is somewhat edited, but I think more or less the video hits home, especially in regards to how Democrats want to be in denial.
I believe it was Telemundo, and he was asked about the dismal state of his job approval ratings. And he answered in words to this effect: do you know anyone that believes the polling these days? And he talked in some detail about the difficulty of getting people on the phone and compiling accurate polling. Whenever you're asked about the president's dismal job approval ratings, you say we're not going to look at polls. We look at his accomplishments. And yet when you are asked about various domestic policy initiatives, you will say these poll very well. People support what the president wants to do. If you look at the individual subjects on the polling, they support what the president's agenda is. So once and for all, are only certain polls valid in your eyes, the ones that support your agenda? Or is the polling data that shows that President Biden has been stuck for 2 years at the low 40s in his approval ratings, are those valid? Polls that show that the electorate at large and also significant majorities within the Democratic Party believe that the president is too old. The polls that show the American people and also significant majorities within the Democratic Party don't want him to run again. And the polls that show his handling of the economy, foreign policy, all of these dismal polls, his job approval ratings, does the White House have any basis to challenge the accuracy of that polling?
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Now, that video's been edited, but I think that's the Democrats collectively just trying to hope that people stop asking them questions. Democrats for months have questioned if Biden is too old to run for re-election or if he has the stamina and mental and physical capacity to do so. Senate Democrats are also now pushing back hard on criticism from within their own party, dismissing concerns about Biden's electability as counterproductive. He's running for re-election. People need to understand that. And so as a party, everybody should figure out, how do we get him reelected? Never forget, Bernie Sanders right off the bat was, including AOC, were amongst the first of the quote-unquote Democrat progressives who endorsed Joe Biden. I know. It sucks. So much hope was put on those two. Mediocre at best. Like, that's pretty simple. I'm with Jim Messina, Dave Polf School of people need to stop bedwetting and focus on how to win. Start focusing how to win. Messina, former President Obama's 2012 campaign manager, has been an advocate for Biden on social media, posting on Twitter. Polls a year out are about as good as predicting election results as a magic 8 ball would be. Wow. And then there's Axelrod from Obama's world, who said this week that Biden has a 50-50 shot of winning in 2024, adding he thinks he could cheat nature here. It's really risky. He had earlier suggested Biden step aside, although he's also touted that the Biden administration has done great things. Hey, how's living under the Biden administration working out for you? Type 1 for, oh, kid, it's great. Full tank of gas. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Everybody at the table smiling, rainbows and sunshines all around. It's the best feeling ever. A type 2, dude, please. This is a torturous question. It's miserable. It's freaking miserable. It's miserable under Biden. I wonder how many 2s we're going to get in the chat. I wonder. Axelrod suggested that Biden. Axelrod suggested that Biden consider stepping aside, broke open some lingering tensions between the Obama and Biden teams, which Democrats say doesn't do them any favors. There's also the matter of how different the current political environment is. A lot of people who comment on campaigns these days are sort of living in past campaigns. We're in a very different way in which campaigns are run, in which people communicate, in which money is raised and money is spent. No offense to a lot of my friends who've worked on past campaigns, but I think a lot of them are probably not as up to date, and they probably don't have as much information, he added. Biden's campaign manager, Julie Xavier Rodriguez, has acknowledged that the general election will be very close as Biden aides lean into attacks on Trump, wrapping up the offensive by rolling out daily memos that outline what a second term would mean for issues from the economy, abortion, immigration. Well, the economy's crap under Biden. Roe v. Wade died under the Biden-Harris administration. And before people say, oh, well, those are Trump Supreme Court nominees who allowed it to happen. Well, Obama could have stopped it. Yes, I'm putting the blame at Obama, Barack Obama. You see, he really could have added in more pressure to have Ruth Bader Ginsburg resign because, let's face it, her health was extremely questionable. Her demise, everybody could see it a mile away. Obama could have done something, and Obama could have fought harder to get his other nominee in. Now, of course, it would have still been a neoliberal Democrat Supreme Court. But hey, Democrats, you wouldn't be bedwetting right now after what happened to Roe v. Wade. And by the way, there were numerous opportunities for Democrats to codify Roe v. Wade. Never forget when Obama had a supermajority in the Senate and House, the Democrats could have codified Roe v. Wade. They could have. There was nothing preventing them from doing that, and they didn't. And let's talk about immigration. Well, immigration has been an epic disaster for Democrats. The kids are still in cages, and all the sanctuary cities can't help out or protect or provide for the migrants. And here in Chicago, many migrants are leaving. Many migrants are going back to southern states, or either that, going back to their own home countries, because sanctuary cities were nothing but feel-good titles for politicians and people who want to look better than Trump. They've also reiterated a notion Biden often totes that he's the only candidate who could beat Trump. He barely beat Trump. There's also a matter of, if Biden steps down, who could possibly take his place? Joe Biden has done it. Who would you put in his place? If David Axelrod said he has a 50-50 chance, maybe. Who has more than a 50-50 chance? Name a person. Mika Brzezinski, the co-host of BSDNC Morning Joe. Mika, blink twice if you need help. Said on Tuesday, someone name a name that we know has more than a 50-50. There isn't one. Well, before he was revealed to be a nutless wonder, I would have said Bernie, but not anymore. Biden also faces some primary challengers, including Minnesota Representative Dean Phillips, Marianne Williamson. Oh, the Hill forgot Fat Tony. They forgot Jenk. Someone tell Brianna Joy Gray to yell at the writer of this article right now. Someone tell Brianna Joy Gray to yell at this person who wrote this article. They forgot Jenk. Robbie, put down that Snickers bar. You need to get angry. They forgot Cenk Uygur. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Anyways, meanwhile, independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been polling with high favorability in recent surveys, which some find problematic. So there you go. All these people, the Democrats are living in their own reality. They're constantly trying to project, flip flop, and say, hey, stop your whining, stop your complaining. Don't worry. Biden's going to do A-OK. He's going to be just fine. I don't know how 2024 will play out, but with all the videos we've been seeing of Biden looking confused and senile, looking out of place, Biden stuttering and stammering, and all the polling data showing that Trump is beating Biden, it's the canary in the coal mine. And the Democrats, if you look at their roster, all of them are lackluster. Let's say they don't pick Biden as a nominee. Let's say Biden does somehow step down. Who do you have? Kamala Harris? She's not that popular. Biden's more popular than her. Gavin Newsom, the people of the great state of California have their own opinion about Gavin Newsom. Pete Buttigieg, that guy? No. Bet on my stork? Remember him? No. Bernie has made it abundantly clear that he's not going to run again. I mean, it's over. It's over. The dream is over. He never cared about the movement at all. Democrats, there were opportunities. You had a huge window of opportunities to do the right thing, and you failed. So when now you're telling people to be quiet, good luck, because many Americans, and including those that used to vote Democrat, are walking away. Your bullying tactics, your fear-mongering of Trump aren't going to work. What do you have? Now, maybe between now and before the election truly takes off, maybe Biden could do something great for working class Americans. But all I'm seeing in the news is more money for war, more money for banks, Americans struggling to make ends meet, people being evicted from their homes and apartments, student debt crippling many Americans' opportunity. We don't have health care. We don't have Medicare for all in this country. So, Biden, you could have done something. Democrats, you could have done something and you didn't. And now you're telling people to be quiet. Be adults and take the criticism. Because people should, as they should, call you out for the bastards that you are. Simple as that.